You see, here's the funny thing about North Carolina. As you can see, we have gotten some snow. And for whatever reason, in North Carolina, we have a bunch of people that get trucks for like no reason. It's like somebody, comes up to you and they're like, hey, I'm thinking of getting a truck. And you're like, why? And they're like, I don't know, just because. And you're like, just because why? What are you trying to do? You trying to fucking put a dead body in there or something? But nonetheless, we got a bunch of people riding around in a bunch of trucks just because, just in case, And then what happens is it snows, which it rarely does in North Carolina. And all of a sudden, I swear to God, you just start hearing like every truck in the general vicinity of like where it snowed just revving up. Vroom, 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 vroom. People go fucking wild. They're out here doing donuts, driving around like they've never been able to drive in their life. It's like they realized they bought a truck and never were able to do anything with it. But then it finally snowed and now they can actually use it. But here's the thing. Because they've never been able to actually use the truck, they have no experience with driving it, let alone driving it in the snow. So what happens is you end up with this big fucking pileup of all these trucks that don't know how to drive in the snow because they were never able to use it in the first place. It's like, yeah, you bought a truck just because and waited for the one time that it snows. Everyone got hyped. Like, oh, I get to drive my truck. I'm going out here to rev up in the snow. I'm going to do some donut. Then her ass ends up in a ditch somewhere and the truck is totaled. Like, bitch, you should have learned to drive it first before you went out and drove it in the snow. But you couldn't because you bought a truck in North Carolina. Doesn't make any sense.